Well, hello, hello, hello. I am back. Today is 9/11, and I got a couple things that I want to talk about. I was wandering along, minding the business, and I saw a couple things that I wanted to come down and speak on, and then, see what's going on in the world, because there's a lot going on in the world. So sometimes you really just need to, you know, take a break. Now, I wanted to first talk about what I saw in the news about the British young lady who, you know, um, she was trying to get it how she lived. I don't really, I guess that's kind of how you. Before I start, how you guys doing? How rude of me. Like if I woke up with you this morning, how are you doing? My day went well. I have a job, so I was working, fortunately. Um, but with this economy, you never know how it's gonna go. Took my dogs out, and that was really about it. Other than that, I ain't really have too much. Um, got time to get on here and get this together so I could jump on. Oh, so I stuffed me. Okay, so a friend of mine, she had an issue at her place or whatnot, and so her birthday is coming up. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send her, I'm gonna send her an early birthday gift because I didn't know what I was gonna send her, but and so I sent her this convection oven, and if you have one, you know that that's like damn near one of the best things you could really put your money into. And I had found one on Amazon, and that thing rotisserie chicken and everything. It's better than the one I have. But anyway, so she got it and she loved it. And when she sent me a picture of her rotisserie and that damn chicken, I had to take my chicken from out that freezer. Put that thing down, thawed it on out, and I didn't know what I wanted to stuff it with. And for my girlies who, order like it'll be here within an hour. But I was like, I really don't want to just order anything for nothing. So I went and looked at my refrigerator because I keep stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't not find something in there to eat. I have stuff in the freezer, in the cabinets, or whatever. And so I pulled out like an onion. I had some peaches that had been in this like alcohol preservative I got from this liquor store a while ago that they just been sitting in there getting all soaky. Then I had like this other like this different stuff that I knew like tastes good, and it was like I had a little bit left from like when I was cooking other stuff, but it wasn't bad or anything. And I stuffed that thing, and then on the outside, and then I also had like some jerk, like the jerk marinara stuff, like the not the kind that you just soak it in, but the kind you like, the one that you take the spoon and pull it out with. And then let's see what else. Then it was something else. But anyway, and so then I stuffed it all in there. And I'm talking about this overflowing with deliciousness, and it just smells so good too. And then on the outside, I have like this Caribbean like seasoning that I had got for a recipe because I like to like try different stuff. And because when I went to Jamaica, I was in Jamaica for like 12 days, and so I just tried so many different types of foods that when I came back, I wanted to be able to make them at home. So I ordered a lot of different ingredients and stuff, and like I put that Jamaican like seasoning type, and it's not like a salty seasoning. You give it up because I'm not really into like salty type stuff, and I put that on the outside, and then I wrap that thing up in some plastic, in some the plastic, the shrink wrap, and um, I'm gonna let that thing marinate to tomorrow. And mind you, I don't have a roaster, so I'm gonna be going in there flipping that thing every 20 every. I'm gonna probably put it on for like a I don't know, but I'm gonna turn it every increment, every 25th, every few increments. I'm gonna flip that thing about 4 or 6 times, and it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna tell you about it tomorrow. If I cook it, because I just did it before I came on, so that'll give it a full didn't even realize my camera wasn't on. I was just yapping. But I'll let you guys know what's tomorrow, Friday. So I'm gonna eat it tomorrow after I get off of here. And so I'll let y'all know Saturday how it turned out. Cause I'm telling you, you know how when you know something gonna be delicious, I just know it's gonna be delicious. So I just can't wait. So anyway, so let me get back to this, and I hope whatever you listen, if y'all got some recipes that y'all really like, let me know, cause I like to try different stuff. I really do, if it's good. And don't send me nothing. I don't like raisins, and I'm not really a big I'll try stuff. There's nothing with no raisins in it. I'm pretty open minded, so I always say at least try it, and then you can say whether or not you like it or not. So I'm willing to try stuff, but just not with raisins in it. You know what I mean? It's just something about raisins. I don't know. I've tried. I've tried. It's just like beer. I've tried so many different types of beer. I went to a beer fest in Munich. I don't like beer. I don't like it. Okay. So anyway, okay, that just kind of changed my mind on what I wanted to go to talk about first. Okay, so I think this is very important. So I do want to, you know what? I want to start here. So I was laying down, minding my business, watching TV, and they had the on Netflix because I like to go on Netflix and see what they got popping up. You know, it's in the top, whatever. And they had the unknown number, and I know everybody has been talking about it. Hold on one second. My dogs are bothering me. Hold on, I'm about to. Hold on one second. All right, I am back. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about the unknown people. Okay, so yeah, I know you guys have seen it because it's been everywhere. Everybody's been talking about it, and I saw it when it first came out, but I just didn't have the time to look at it. And then I was going to talk about it yesterday. And if you watch my video yesterday, you'll see at the end I was having a little technical difficulties, and it just got to listen. I just cut it off. But anyway. So take a look at this and just take a look at it.
Close it? Yeah. The people in my high school I've grown up with since kindergarten, basically. I first met Owen in 7th grade.
They were just like a high school couple in a movie.
Now, mind you, this is real life. This is not a TV show. This is real life.
We were like best friends.
But the more friends you have, the easier it is to be betrayed by them. Something dangerous could happen.
A high school girl in Michigan was cyberbullied for more than a year.
More than a year, this girl was harassed through text message.
And who turned out to be the suspect shocked everyone.
It was so bad to the point where I didn't want to even go to school anymore.
It was relentless. 1 a.m, 3 a.m.
I would question how I thought about myself.
There's some sick messages.
They were.
When I tell you, who is up 24 hours just texting somebody, just weird. You just have to have no life at all, right?
Enough to make a 53-year-old man blush. It's crazy how having a phone can become the worst thing that happened to me.
Things are about to get so much worse.
Sorry, not sorry.
Each and every day I'd feel like I lose trust in everyone.
You had to be careful of every single word that you said.
Imagine being around your closest friends and you can't do nothing. You too scared to have a general conversation with them because you don't know which one of these weirdos it could be.
Or else you could look guilty.
really just all started to look like me.
She could be sending them to herself.
Everything was great, and then, things started happening.
The parents wanted to confront people and start pointing fingers.
When they involve the FBI, you can just see how fast this escalates.
They made quite a scene in school.
I wanted to try to protect her and keep her safe.
I found one phone number that kept coming up.
You know what? Let me tell you something. When you get the FBI involved, you have to understand that they are going to want to close this loop, right? It's not about to just be, well, we just couldn't figure it out. You get that one good investigator that's saying, you know what, I like this type of stuff, it's over for you, player.
We gotta nail this son of a...
I really didn't know what to say.
This is disgusting.
No way. Crazy that someone that close could do something like that.
Listen, if you haven't seen this, go and check it out. Give me one more second. But like I said, you have to, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend you go and take a look at it because the ending, I was completely surprised. I really was. I wasn't shocked. I was surprised, but I wasn't shocked. So, it is worth the watch, and it goes by pretty fast too. So yeah. Okay, so I wanna I don't know if you guys really be paying attention, but even though people in America haven't really did anything about the Epstein thing, like they're trying their best to have the victims come out and advocate as much as they can. But let me show you this clip that comes from across the pond.
Leave the House of Commons there, but what we saw in those statements from the Foreign Office Minister Stephen Doughty was some significant breaking news. Lord,
I want y'all to pay attention to this breaking news about the Lord.
Peter Mandelson has been sacked as the British ambassador to the United States. We have a statement from the Foreign Office. We heard it just then. I'll just recap it. It says, in light of the additional information in emails written by Peter Mandelson, the Prime Minister has asked the Foreign Secretary to withdraw him as ambassador. The emails show that the depth and extent of Peter Mandelson's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, of course, Mr. Epstein, the late convicted sex offender, is materially different from that known at the time of his appointment. In particular, Peter Mandelson's suggestion that Jeffrey Epstein's first conviction was wrongful and should be challenged is new information. In light of that, and mindful of the victims of Epstein's crimes, he has been withdrawn as ambassador with immediate effect. Let's go straight to Westminster and join my colleague Henry Zeff.
This is absolutely crazy. I wonder why we're not talking about these type of events over here on our news. It's pretty far in between that these types. Well, let me just let it keep going.
There, Henry. There was a lot of pressure, wasn't there, on the government to sack Mr. Mandelson, but all of this coming just before a very important state visit by President Trump to the UK, which Lord Mandelson was instrumental in helping navigate.
That's right. It's horrible timing for Sir Keir Starmer as he tries yet again to get what he calls phase 2 of his government on the right track. but it had become inevitable, I think.
I think that it's in good faith for countries, people to distance themselves um from anything that looks wrong. And yeah, I think the UK did the right thing.
Certainly over the course of this morning, when it became clear there was basically no one within the Labour fold willing to properly, publicly defend Lord Mandelson. But actually, even at Prime Minister's questions yesterday, when Kemi Badenoch fired questions at Sir Keir Starmer about Lord Mandelson's role, and he just fell back.
You ever just look at, okay, I'm not one to just go off of looks, right? But what I will say is certain certain demographics or certain crimes, let me say certain crimes, you kind of can picture the person in your mind, right? Like, I'm not saying that you should be profiling folks because anybody could do anything, but just if we're just going off statistics and status and just reports and just known facts, right? Like, just let's just remove all this. Everybody is one, right? And let's just really look at just paperwork, stacks, reports, data, information. So when you hear a name and then you see the picture, you're kind of not even surprised. You're like, well, you know what? If we could just take the people who we just go off of just because you look like it. And I'm not saying, and I get, I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. Because then it's like, okay, well, what if somebody say you look like you a robber or you look like you do this? And I get it. I'm talking about serious crimes. Like, I mean, things that hurt children, right? Like, if somebody decides to, I don't know, buy some chips and then the chips kill them, I don't know, maybe they have like an illness and the chips trigger something and they die. That's totally different than if somebody goes and there's a playground and they decide to do something weird with the little people that's there. You get what I'm saying? Because you're infringing on their childhood and their happiness and their future, and even if it's not a child, but you shouldn't infringe on other people's right to be alive and free in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to sit in the park and enjoy my day without someone intruding on my space to eat. I don't care if it's to ask me how I'm doing or to compliment me. Like, I don't want to sound like that type of person, but at the same time, um, yeah, let's keep going.
On process to the sort of visible horror of Labour MPs. I mean, by the way, what an extraordinary end yet again for Lord Mandelson in a big public job. I don't think there can be many public figures, many politicians who've resigned in scandal 3 times across 4 decades. This is...
Come on now. This man has resigned 3 different times over 4 decades. So y'all keep a repeat offender is what I just heard.
Quite something from Lord Mandelson, who resigned twice from the cabinet under Sir Tony Blair. He was then European Commissioner for Trade in his 3rd act. He was Gordon Brown's effective Deputy Prime Minister in his 4th act. This was his 5th and perhaps most influential, most significant act in public life. Well, Shakespeare plays have 5 acts, so does Lord Mandelson's career in public life.
So you know what that tells me? That tells me that this man had some dirt on some people. That is what this tells me. That this man has some dirt on some people. Because for him to continuously get these prestigious jobs after having to resign for it. Come on now, to resign, that means they had to tell you, if you do not leave, we will fire you. We have too much. We have to let you go, sir. We gotta let you go. We can't keep you here. It's a bad look for us all. And we doing the same thing, but you getting sloppy. I don't know if it's your age or you ain't because I'm not age shaming. I got a grandmother who could keep up with the best of them. I'm talking about she be reminding me of stuff. I'm like, how you I don't even remember that. But I'm like, I gotta watch you. Okay, so anyway, so let's move on to this whole thing with the guy Charlie Kirk. Charlie? I don't know. Let's just see.
Chaos and horror on a college campus. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk gunned down in front of a crowd at Utah Valley University.
What really is a conservative? I think they should change it. I think we really need to look at the definition of conservative. I think if you really preach hate, like, hey, it's different to have having pride in oneself is totally understandable. Like, you should have pride in your race. You should have pride in your sex. You should have pride in whatever you want to have pride in. If you are a human and you want to act like a dog, you should have pride that you are a dog human or a human dog or however you want to call yourself. But my point is, you should have pride. But to spew hate, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is hate related to pride? And can you be prideful without being hateful? I'm just asking. I have friends of all different types of nationality, races, backgrounds. I've worked with different people from around. So I don't know. I've ran into a few kind of oddballs in a sense, but maybe due to the situation and the circumstances, they kind of came around because, you know, we might have been in the desert or we might have been just in situations to where, like, okay, I don't know. I've never ran into someone that just completely I don't know.
The state's governor calling it a political assassination.
Everyone's just like scared. Like it's traumatizing.
I watched a fountain of blood come out of the side of his neck like a water fountain. And it was surreal.
I saw
a fountain of fountain. Cause see, I haven't seen the video. I wasn't that interested in it. And then I'm watching this with you guys. So, yeah.
that he was shot in the neck and that he was squirting blood everywhere.
Witnesses describing the horrifying shooting death in broad daylight today of conservative activist Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah, the latest act of political violence in America. Tonight, law enforcement still looking for the person responsible.
We believe this.
Now, how did they get Luigi, but they can't find this guy? That sounds kind of funky. But I never understood when I heard that this guy was traveling around and he wanted to debate people. Like, it's like, I don't understand why people want to just debate somebody that is intentionally grounded in being against whatever you decide or whatever you come up with. Like, they're going to have their talking points that they're going to want to talk on, of course. But overall, they're just out there to get some money. And then I didn't even know that the man was married. I mean, as his wife, like, what if he really didn't believe in that rhetoric? Like, there's a lot of people who, they don't really believe in racism. They just push the narrative because they know that people feed into it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's really just for the money. So I wonder if he just, I don't know, So that's why I really don't have any feeling about it. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad. And if you have a feeling about it, then, have it. If you don't, then, you have the right. I'm not about to knock you because you don't care. And I'm not about to knock you because you do care. You get what I'm saying? Some people will say, hey, at the end of the day, I might not appreciate or I might not have, had the same views or opinions, but those are his opinions and just no one should die. And that's how I feel. I don't have the same views as he does. I don't think that it's right that this happened because he should have the right to express himself however he feels. I don't have the right to tell him what he can and can't say. However, he did say a lot of hateful things. And when you do certain things, it is what it is when it come around in a sense, right? And so I think that one of the things that let me finish this.
This was a targeted attack towards one individual.
Well, we know it was targeted, okay?
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We just need every single person.
Now, I don't understand how why it was a political assassination. He wasn't a politician. He was just a white guy who went around and had rhetoric. How is it political? Because I get it, but we put 20 on 10 with the title, right? Are we gonna bury him with full military arms?
Person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be.
A controversial figure, Kirk said he was no stranger to death threats, speaking on the George Janko show last year.
We get death threats all the time. They come, they send stuff to our homes and all that. And yeah, that's just par for the course. If you are not getting active death threats, you're not really doing much for the country.
Okay, well, I guess I won't be doing too much then. I don't want it, okay? I don't want it. Send me kisses. I'll take some awesomes. Awesome! But I don't want nothing else.
Founder of the conservative organization Turning Point USA, an author and media personality, he built a massive following, particularly popular with young audiences.
There's a lot of them young ones out there. A lot of them young ones. And we about to see who's going to come up trying to be the next one. They wonder why it's like, why? I don't know why racism keep going. Because it keeps getting handed down.
At just 26 years old, he spoke at the 2020 RNC, endorsing Donald Trump.
Trump is the bodyguard of Western civilization.
Oh, okay. Now I see why he's considered it was assassination. I got you.
Considered family by President Trump, his influence outsized in the MAGA movement.
Charlie Kirk was seen as the force behind young conservatives. This was a guy that actually electrified that sector of.
Does conservative mean? Never mind, because I don't want my page to get flagged and stuff. I'm new to it, and I don't want to make it seem as though I don't even want to give the assumption that I'm asking like, is racist or racism like it's like those are like I don't even know, but it just seemed like when you say extremely conservative, it's like, does that mean like really racist? I don't know. I'm asking a question. I'm not saying it as a statement. Like I'm literally asking as a question because I'm confused.
Of the base. And for Donald Trump,
please drop a comment if you care to explain it to me. Be nice about it. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Trump, this was a critical voting bloc in every time he was on the ballot. And to think that one of their own, someone that they saw as a kid, rise up over 10 years, to think that he's now gone, it has really rocked people in Donald Trump's orbit to their core.
Trump was the first.
Now, do you think that it rocked their core because it's like, now that's reality because it was so close to home? Like, y'all, people are getting so distraught that they are really going to different measures. Maybe someone will be knocking at your door with a package. I don't know, but I'm just saying, it's one thing to push out policies and different doctrines on folks, and it affects someone a million miles away from you, so you just hear about it. But when it's right there next door, like I just shook this person's hand and you just I understand how it could make you get a little nervous.
To announce Kirk's death today, posting on his Truth Social account, saying in part, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us." Trump remembering Kirk in a video posted later.
Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror.
The 31-year-old leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. It was just weeks into the new school year at Utah Valley University. Thousands gathered to see Kirk, as captured on his social media, on the first stop of his American comeback tour this fall.
That's a lot of people, Utah, I'll tell you what.
Hosting debates between conservatives and liberals called Prove Me Wrong.
Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Just after noon, local time, Kirk sitting on a stool, talking to the crowd. And as he was answering a question about mass shootings in America, a single shot was fired.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Oh my goodness. Now see, I didn't even know all that. I didn't even know that it got to that point. Your discretion is advised, but we're going to keep going. Let me give you a minute to gather yourself. All right, we're about to play now.
Witnesses hitting the ground, some chanting. Kirk's own private security detail took him from the location, a witness capturing the moment on video.
I pulled out my phone and recorded the security putting Charlie in the vehicle. I looked at his face and it was lights out. I mean, his eyes closed. He fell back. He did not move.
Oh my gosh. And then people are just so desensitized to these type of events that you're there and they're chanting. Like, this is still a human, but they're chanting. And I get it. If you want to windmill in the comments, go ahead.
Some attendees criticizing the lack of security at the event.
We registered for tickets, but they weren't even looking for tickets. Anyone could just walk in. It was at probably the worst place in campus because there's so many areas where anyone can just walk in.
Now, do y'all think this was a setup? Like, they found Luigi in what, a couple days? Maybe less than a week? I don't remember. But let's say that, well, you know, look,
The police chief's nightmare. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance.
Did he say they had 6 officers and it was 3,000 people in attendance? So they mean tell me that them people could have just beat the hell out of him then.
Investigators say they believe the shooter was positioned in a higher location from where Kirk was speaking.
If you have an event that there's really no getting the people, check the people out before they come in, probably should have done that, but even still, that wouldn't have worked in this particular situation. All of a sudden, you got a person on a roof. Outdoor venues are extremely challenging.
Hours later, authorities announcing that a person of interest was in custody.
A person of interest. As of right now, they ain't captured a person.
But FBI Director Kash Patel posting on X that the person was released after interrogation.
I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you.
He seems really emotionally invested. I'm talking about something. It's like he about to just sit down here and have him a list. He about to cry or something. I mean, I don't know, man. He must have been a big fan.
We will try you, and we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law.
Political violence has become increasingly more frequent. In April, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home was set on fire after an arsonist threw Molotov cocktails, upset about the governor's stance on Gaza.
I mean, this is...
Well, what's his stance on Gaza? I mean, it should be simple. I mean, you guys do know what's going on over there, right? I mean, come on now.
sadly a real part
Don't forget about the Congo.
Of our society today, and it needs to be universally condemned.
In June, 2 Minnesota lawmakers were shot. The suspect had a list in his home targeting abortion clinics and lawmakers.
There's no place for this politically motivated violence in our democracy.
And last year, Trump surviving.
Nah, I seen his ears on the last videos. He must have had some surgery or something, because it don't look like nothing hit his ears. But I digress.
2 assassination attempts, including one while campaigning in Pennsylvania. Today, Democrats sending their condolences. Former Vice President Kamala Harris writing on X, "I condemn this act, and we all must work together to ensure this does not lead to more violence." Mourners leaving flowers.
That's a sad, sad thing. Sad. But he did believe in gun rights. He did believe that you had the right to shoot your gun at whoever you wanted to. So I guess somebody decided they would.
Outside the Turning Point offices in Arizona, Trump ordering all flags to be lowered to half-staff in honor of Kirk.
We hear so much about young progressives, but Charlie Kirk and young conservatives, that is a movement that I think he's going to be tied to and remembered for quite some time.
We will, of course, continue to follow this story on all.
Yeah, it'll be followed. But I don't know. It just sounds kind of funky and kind of coinky dink. I don't know. I just don't like how it just seemed like it's a bigger plot to this. I wonder if Sloan Bella is gonna do a reading on it. I think that'll be an interesting reading. Hey man, I'm gonna send her a message on YouTube and ask her if she'll read, or whatnot. All right, so let's head on over across the pond and go to Qatar, aka Qatar. I've been to Qatar and it is hot. The sun is right there, very blinding. Just like most Arabic nations that I've went to, they have their gold city. I bought some gold from there when I was there in my 20s. No, and not on none of that stuff. I worked internationally. I had contracting jobs and things like that. So yeah. So I never was one of those girls, those porta potty, whatever. No. My company paid for my trips and then I flew. So, on my own dime as well. All right, so let's see about this.
Well, Qatar's Prime Minister has told CNN that Israel's actions have put the entire region at risk. In an
Well, let's be shocked.
interview, Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani called the attack state terror.
Honestly, I have no words to express how outraged we are from such an act.
If you could describe it in one word, what would that be?
This is state terror. That's what I call it.
Do you feel betrayed?
We are betrayed, yeah.
By the US?
No, I cannot say it's by the US. The US has expressed in many occasions their support to us. The US, the president, right after the attack, he spoke with His Highness the Emir, and he was very clear that this is unacceptable, and he's not agreeing with such a thing, and he was never informed about it. And the moment he was informed, he asked his official to inform us. Unfortunately, this information came too late.
I just hate that the U.S. is just getting involved and getting pulled into so much drama. We already have soldiers, cleaning the streets, picking up trash and all this. And here it is now. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? What really are we? You know what? You ever just realize that you're just being led by a bunch of idiots?
Well, the Qatari Prime Minister went on to say the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has broken every international law.
He needs to be brought to justice. He's the one who's wanted to the ICC. That's number.
Now, the man ain't lying. They have warrants out for this man's arrest. But his bud is the president of the U.S., and he's a 34 felon count. Like 34 count? Is it? 10 minutes had them right. Oh.
Number one. So I think that someone like him trying to lecture the world about the law, he's breaking every law. He broke every international law. He's starving people in Gaza. He's doing all these rogue actions in the entire region. What's next? What's next for him?
Don't miss out. Get the full picture.
Well, I think that he could have came. He could have came with more. He could have read him more, but I guess he didn't want to. He didn't want to do too damn much. But I did think that was interesting. Now, just on a softer note, because I'm gonna kind of be going back and forth through stuff. That's just kind of where my mind be going, because I be wondering and stuff. So thank you. Give some kisses and hugs. So, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. They're coming back. I'm so excited. Where are my claps? Let me go. I am just saying this when you guys see this. I actually don't look at this stuff until I am doing it, so I can actually do a real reaction.
Dear Karen, not a day
Oh, not the shade of a dear Karen. Not Miss Hugo in jail.
goes by that I don't think about you. In a lot of ways, life has been moving on.
I stand before you after 3 arduous years of my divorce. I'm committed to you.
That's too long to be getting a divorce. 3 years. I think it was two years of I just need a storyline, and then 1 year of okay, let's go ahead on and go.
And I'm committed to our family.
That's her husband. Oh Lord.
Bitch ain't even divorced? I know she ain't bring TJ around just to get back with her man. Oh my God. To new friends. Welcome, Angel.
We've known each other since we were 18.
Since we were young, high.
Who is this?
Y'all drive roughing me into this group. No news. I have a friend. Her name is Tia.
I was just knackered. Really knackered.
Naked?
Knackered?
Nat, what's that mean?
If you send him a coochie pic, will he recognize it? I don't even know what language they're speaking.
And some things haven't changed at all.
You know what? I bet if she did mail it off to the Grand Dam, she burned it before she even opened it. She just seen it came from Giselle. They probably just burned it.
For $5. You are weird. You are weird. I am Captain Save the Hose. This is very White Lotus. Oh, I see puss. And this is Stacey when she.
You know what? I'm just really not in the strip. I don't have nothing against strippers. I'm just at that age where it just looks too tiring.
Look at here. What is it? Man, sometimes your breath can be a little on the hot side.
Oh. Okay. Tell me how you really feel.
Wow. In New York, I lied. What is your issue with me? You lied for a year, Stacey. Stacey's trying to start a cannabis line to be in competition with Happy Eddie. Are we still talking?
Okay, now that. So the girls who know, you know. She lied. Wendy asked her. She lied. And then the name is what, Jolly or something like the same, damn near the same thing as Happy. She just went and said, oh, let me just get another word.
Thinking about your situation, everyone knows that you have a boyfriend.
Right up her alley.
Wait, is he chocolate? Glory to y'all.
Hey, Giselle. How are you?
Good to see you.
Personally, I just don't think you're.
We know ain't nothing going on between her and Mauricio. We already know that. First,
Relationship is good for you.
Hey, listen, I know you're going through a lot with Greg.
I have now realized that he doesn't love me. Wendy, I'm so sorry.
now look at this. If you're looking at the screen, you see Wendy smiling. Wendy know damn well her man love her.
There's a constant desire to have an issue with me.
Get out of here with your size 11 shoes.
Wait, you want to talk about what she told me you got chin check?
Don't let this accent fool you.
I'm that mother.
You don't like her. You don't like her.
Oh, who they talking about? Not the girl with the British accent.
Her character is flawed, and I never trust you around my husband. You don't have one.
Stacey's been trying to get with Chris Samuels.
Say what?
You were trying to date Chris Samuels?
Yeah, my ex-husband. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, now you know. Oh, wait a minute now. Shots fired. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. I know this heifer is not trying to get with Monique Samuels' ex-husband, Chris Samuels. She got those 3 babies with. Oh, no. Have mercy.
Last time I saw you, you had a binder.
Yeah. Monique had that binder. She pulled it out, baby. She did not disappoint with that binder. They have never been able to do the binder like Monique has done the binder.
You gonna say hello? I need some help with these hoes. Love you, Giselle.
Catch the new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, October 5th.
Child, they said October 5th. My bad. I thought it was October 8th. Either which way, it's already scheduled on my phone. on my thing as a reminder. So y'all know that Miss Megan Pete is suing, that guy Adin, what's his face? Adin Ross, right? So let me tell y'all what I saw today. So I saw, and I think this was yesterday I saw this, but I just say it because I was like, I'm gonna go on here and talk. And he was talking about how Megan tried to bait him into receiving some legal papers at his house and all this other kind of crazy stuff. And so how do y'all feel about that? So let me read to y'all what it says in the Sun. It's a Meg Thee Stallion, 30, and Rock Nation allegedly slapped Ross with a lawsuit by sending a mariachi band, the ones with the cha-chas, them, to help serve the papers. He told podcaster DJ Academics, the one that's being accused for that, that essay in his house where you could hear the girl screaming in the background, and then he left, and then he came back, and then the girl had said that he had took advantage of her too. That one, him, that guy, the short guy, probably like 5'1", 5'2". I don't know. I've never seen him in person. This is all alleged, but the allegations. But it's all alleged. It's video and everything like that. It's all alleged. But anyway, so Ross supposedly was on a live stream with academics over the weekend, and he was like, they couldn't serve me outside my house. In the conversation, he was telling them, he was like, listen to what the lawyers did. They called a mariachi to my house. He continued, let me get in closer. He continued, they called a mariachi, like a Mexican band, to perform outside my house to make me want to come outside so they can serve me with the paper. Ross held up his phone for the live stream viewers to see a picture of the mariachi band in his driveway. Now, I wonder if, because he knew that they were serving him, can Meg's lawyers use that as proof that he was served, since he was technically, he knew that they, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. If I run across some lawyers, if y'all see my thing and y'all make it this far because y'all found it was entertaining, please let me know if if that stands as he was served, since he knew he was being served. He just didn't come. I guess you got to have. Anyway, so Ross said that the mariachi man was in the driveway. So Ross said, my lawyer is like, hey, just tell them to contact me. Ross said he and his lawyer are determining when he'll do the deposition. He wants to stream it. Rock Nation hasn't returned the U.S. Because the Sun, they made a request for comment, but they didn't say anything. So, okay, so that's where we at with that. Now, I do want to say that I know that Meg has a lawsuit with a blogger, Milagro Graham. And I hope I'm not saying a name wrong. I literally just discovered her. I subscribe to her. I actually find her quite entertaining. I'm upset that I just, I found her so late. But I actually I actually like her, to be honest with you. She be having me cracking up. But yeah, her lawsuit with Meg, that is going on. I want to say in November. I think it's in November. So, but from what it's looking like, I don't know. People ain't saying it's looking too good for the real Houston native, which is Milagro Graham. As they say, Meg ain't really from Houston, but I digress. Anyway, I do want to circle back because I saw another clip about Israel and the attacks towards Qatar, Qatar. So take a look.
Now the various countries of the world condemn Israel. They should be ashamed of themselves. What did they do after America took out Osama bin Laden? Did they say, oh, what a terrible thing was done to Afghanistan or to Pakistan? No, they applauded. They should applaud Israel for standing up to these same principles and carrying them out. And I say to Qatar and all nations who harbor.
I just don't understand how somebody could be just so evil. Just, in my opinion, some people don't think that, it's evil to starve people or, sanction people to death or, have kids eating sand or, some people don't think that that's wrong. I think that that's wrong. I think that settlers or anybody that is disenfranchising a group of um, originals, you know, because it's a reason why they say settlers and colonizers and natives. Like words matter, but let's see what this man. We're not gonna listen to all this.
Terrorists. You either expel them or you bring them to justice. Because if you don't, we will.
In a moment, we'll hear from Mike Hanna, who's in Washington, D.C. But first, let's get to Hamda Salhout, who's following developments from Jordan's capital. She's in Amman because he's...
So is he basically saying that if somebody tell them somebody is in, I don't know, Turkey, we just gonna come to Turkey and do whatever we want. You ain't got no say. But you can't come here and do whatever you want. But we can come there and do, yeah. So, you know what? I saw something a while ago where they were talking, where it was conversation about when Hitler said that he would be the reason for World War III, because once the truth came out as far as with why he was doing what he was doing when he was doing what he was doing, and with all the new evidence that has emerged as far as with there was a treaty that was signed and all this, so the war should not have happened, but it was pushed by a certain group that continues to push wars because they want to ultimately be in charge of everyone and then just have everyone as their slaves. And it's in there, and it's written. You could Google this. Go down that rabbit hole of Zionists. Go down it.
The Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting inside Israel as well as on the occupied West Bank. Hamda, thank you for joining us. Netanyahu.
I don't want to, you know what, we're not going to go too deep into them because, you know, at the end of the day, they know what's going on. We know what's going on. And people just keep turning a blind eye to it. I'm glad that, you know, it's a lot of good people still out there trying to make a difference. Now let's get to your boy. Okay, so now, you know what?
Okay, so let me tell y'all something. Sometimes people be doing stuff and they just be doing it for no good reason, right? Like, Jason Lee, I thought that he was, you know, doing the wilding out thing. I don't follow him. I just kind of figured he was still doing his little TV show. Not little, but I still thought he was doing, like, his podcast and his TV show or whatever, right? I didn't know he was in politics. Like, I had no clue. Like, who would have voted him in the office, right? Like, like, no, for real. Who would have voted him in office? So when I heard, girl, come in. So, girl, when I heard that this dude done sat up here and it's a whole investigation about him and $50,000 and some kind of rigmarole with the hootenanny and the smoke in the mirrors and, you know, position it to look one way so it ain't that way. I don't know. Listen, are you shocked? Are you surprised? Have you really sat down and thought about it and said, you know what? I can't believe he did this. I am completely appalled. If you are not surprised, put a 1. If you are surprised, don't even put nothing because you ain't gonna be able to figure out. Because this, now listen, don't judge, but just look.
The comedy show controversy in Stockton continues. Vice Mayor Jason Lee sent a cease and desist letter to the city over statements he says harmed his reputation.
Today's the deadline for the city to respond, and as of right now, no movement has been made by officials.
Your reporter covering San Joaquin County, Carmela Karcher, is getting answers on this case and how locals feel about the fallout.
I think that they should have knew that this was going to happen. I don't know. I think that because politics now just seem like a joke, right? I guess it's always been a joke, but the people who were the front men, they kept it looking serious. But now it's just an all-out joke. It's just about popularity. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to provide you with nothing. I just need to give you a couple pictures, tell you a couple beautiful lies, and then I'm going to get in office, and then you're not going to hear from me again. Or when I do see you, it's going to be on some Latoya Cantrell in New Orleans on the second line on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Yeah. But nothing else, right? So, like Governor Newsom, the dude out in California. Like, California has, they got a lot going on, right? It's a lot. The homelessness, the insurance companies, the jobs, the wages, did I say the cost of living? It's expensive as hell to live in California. I think it's like a 1-bedroom, 500 square feet, like $1 million a month, and that's the rent. Listen. Let me go ahead on. I digress.
10 days. That's how long Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee gave city officials to issue a, quote, comprehensive public retraction, or he would sue. In his cease and desist letter to the city,
they didn't know who they was messing with. This is a true F around and find out.
Lee is asking for $25,000 in compensation from damages caused by the city against his reputation, future in politics, and emotional stress, in part from what.
I'm sorry, is he suing them because they are investigating him for doing wrong? So he's suing them based off the fact that they are investigating that he may have done some fraudulent stuff with $50,000. So he's suing them because they're investigating him about, oh, okay, yeah, all right, well, that makes complete sense. Okay.
What he says is a pattern of discriminatory treatment. In the letter, Lee and his lawyer say if he does not receive this, he will sue. And the letter claims total damages could even exceed $15 million. This all stems from an independent investigation.
I'm sorry, did I say $15 million? The city don't even have that in their petty cash. How the hell they gonna pay $15 million? Because they are investigating the fact that you may have swindled them. They investigating allegations that you might be a crook, and if it is proven that you are a crook, you won't be able to run in politics no more. You will be banned, disbarred. What? You know, I'm in the wrong line of work.
That's been launched into a comedy show, Wild 'N Out, that came to the city back in May. It was later found $50,000 of the city's risk management fund was used to keep the show being canceled. But the city manager says that money was not approved through the proper channels, and the city is now looking into the vice mayor's involvement because of his friendship with the performers. Stockton residents are.
And I heard, this is what I heard. Okay, this is what I heard. Allegations. Follow it up with yourself if you want to look deeper. But I heard, just from what I've read actually, is that wasn't he the moderator? And he got paid to moderate? I mean, that would make you look kind of guilty a little bit. If, oh yeah, they are looking at you. Oh, all right.
I spoke with aren't happy about the City Hall drama, wanting the council to instead focus on issues important to the community.
You know, it's kind of like Hollywood versus the city of Stockton, and so that can always be like a little tricky, you know. What's my opinion on it? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen as long as the
I enjoyed her just now.
city is getting what it needs. I feel like let's just kind of work it out.
I have reached out to the mayor, Vice Mayor Lee, and both the city attorney and Lee's attorney. Both council members cannot speak on this because of the pending litigation. The city attorney denied.
Let me tell you something. When you break into that gang of the status quo, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like federal jobs, right? It's like it's hard to get in the federal system, but when you do get in, like they don't leave, right? They retire after 40, 50 years because those are like jobs that can give you stability, benefits, 401. They can turn into something, they give you that stability that you need. So, it is what it is. And that's why it's so sad so many black women are losing their federal jobs and things because sister girl ain't got time to be bending at the knee for no dude. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to tell you, you know what? Bye. Get. You and your dog can go. Because I didn't tell you and your dog to come here anyway. You were supposed to come here for a night. I ain't even realized you damn near moved in. Like, I'm wondering when you're leaving. I just ain't said nothing because I'm enjoying the time. But the moment you get me off.
Denied any comment or statement, and I've yet to hear back from Lee's attorney. We should note this investigation and potential lawsuit by Lee are not on tonight's City Council agenda, but will most likely be brought up even just through public comment.
That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. But it is what it is. I don't really know, And so, let's see here. Who else do I want to talk about? Let's see, we looked at that. Let's talk about Miss Karen Hugler. I think I have her on the thumbnail. So let me see if I want to talk about Miss Karen Hugler. Because, Miss Karen Hugler be giving it to the girls. Oh, you know what it was? It was about Andy. And so, let's see here. So, let me pull up Miss Grand Dame. Miss Grand Dame, or not a damn thing. Oh, I love Karen. I remember when she first came on. I am a day one on Real Housewives of Potomac. And I remember when she first came on, and I thought she was so, I don't know. I kind of wait out, like I kind of like wait like until they're on like season 2 or season 3. Well, not necessarily 1, 2, 3, but I try to wait until they are at least on their second season respectively, so that I could kind of get an idea. Because, the girls going to be on their best behavior the first season or 2. But they start cracking. Yeah, they start cracking. And y'all remember when Karen used to be on there and she used to be out? Am I still talking in that voice? All right, let me see here. Watch this, girls.
What this do for you? Yeah, that H-Down, baby. Yeah, coming down, swagging them thighs. Swagging them thighs. Ah.
All right. Okay. Am I back? Okay. So anyway, but yeah, Karen used to be so. I kind of miss my little voice though. Oh, I don't know. Tell me what you think about my voice and the thing. I don't know. You might have dogs and it bothers your dogs, and then you might not have no dog. I don't know. Tell me. Anyway, so yeah, so I remember when Karen first came on the scene and stuff, and like she started cracking with that whole the proper this and the proper that. Remember when she used to try to etiquette the girls to death? This is the etiquette, da 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 da. And this heifer went to jail and spent 6 months behind bars for DUI. Well, let me read y'all what they was talking about in reality TV. So it's been a week since they opened the doors of the jailhouse and set Karen Hugler free. She spent 6 months behind bars after a DUI charge, and revigorating herself. I want to say revigorating because I seen her and she was, I don't know if that was an old video or not, but she had like a blonde wig on. She was spinning around. She was walking. She had up her, you know what? That probably was an old video. Anyway, um, she has been chatting with Andy. So Andy recently revealed that he's been in touch with the artist formerly known as the Grand Dam. The shade, but they should have put not a grand damn thing. And he has hopes that she'll be back on the TV screen soon. Now, do y'all think it'll be too soon for her to come back next season, which is literally shooting now? So this would be something that would be towards the end. I see Andy. So TMZ caught up with Andy to get the tea on his series prank, virtual series prank. I guess it's a TV show where he pretended to take over Howard Stern's time slot. During the conversation, the paparazzi took a moment to ask about Karen's return to civilization. Is jail not civilization? Lord, I mean, it's the civilization. The artist formerly known as the Grand Dam, they is just coming for Karen. We have text, and I will be speaking with her intimately, Andy teased. The last time a housewife got arrested and Andy went to their home and held a sit-down interview to reflect on what happened. So perhaps, what was that? Okay. So perhaps Andy is getting, the Duchess. Oh no, the Countess. I think it was the Countess over there, New York, right? Yeah. So perhaps Andy is getting ready to head down there to get a full debriefing on Karen's time in jail. They don't know. In the meantime, Andy hinted that the jail time didn't hurt Karen's chances at a Real Housewives comeback. When asked if she'll be returning to the show, he seemed optimistic and said, "I hope so." When Karen left the jail, insiders on the scene told us that the camera crew went into the facility. Plus, Eagle Eye fans spotted cameras inside the black SUV that picked her up. You know she got her bag. Shame for this shame. But if her wig ain't snatched, I don't want to see it. So they captured her first moments of freedom. That's what they thinking, that they filmed her first moments of freedom for the housewives. With all this in mind, it definitely sounds like Karen's champagne flute is still waiting on her. I don't think she need to have a champagne flute. Maybe have a bottle of water in her hand or something. I don't know, but not a champagne flute. Maybe like a lemonade glass, like some old school lemonade glass, some nice thick glass, like crystal, them real good thick glasses. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have those no more. But them good old glasses that grandpa used to have. Grandma pour that Kool-Aid or that lemonade, that fresh squeeze. And that thing kept, it just kept that nice cool, nice cold, and it had like the little diamond shaped and I don't know. Okay, my people kept their stuff, right? Anyway, so I just want to say that, Potomac, it airs October the 5th, like they said in the preview that we watched earlier. And you can also catch it on Peacock. And yeah, it's gonna be season 10, and I am excited about it. I enjoy it. I love him. I mean, I love Karen. I think Karen is fabulous for the show. I wonder if they're gonna bring back Sharice. She was interesting. Well, they not gonna bring it back because we didn't see her in that preview. But I mean, she really didn't bring anything to the show either when she buzzed up. I mean, she did and then she didn't. Like she got the girls together, but she wasn't like, you know, a character that we would miss. So anyway, so speaking of people that we wouldn't really miss, and I kid you not, that wasn't even part of the plan. Cardi B and Offset, they kind of like that thing that just won't go away, right? It just keeps coming back. So, Cardi B's ex Offset, and this is how they refer to this man now. Now, mind you, he was who he was before her, and he's talented. You can't take that away from him. But they refer to him as Cardi B's ex. That is so disrespectful. But he's looking to make peace with her and their divorce, right? I think that this okay, let me just read this to y'all. So he's saying is okay, so they're saying that it's been over a year since Cardi B filed for a divorce from her husband Offset. Despite the separation, The latter appears to be supportive of his former partner. In a recent interview with TMZ, the rapper was asked about the ex-spouses clashing professionally. However, Offset pressed on seeking peace with Cardi B. Offset says he just wants all peace. He supports his ex Cardi B aimed their divorce. In his latest conversation with TMZ, Offset revealed that he is seeking peace with his ex-wife. Cotton asked the 33-year-old rapper if the Grammy Award-winning singer upcoming album Am I the Drama might affect his latest release, Kyra. Moreover, the reporter asked if the ex-couple's kids gonna have both their parents nominated for Album of the Year. To this, Offset replied for sure. Album of the Year? Hell, I think Cowboy Carter should still be Album of the Year. I still got that thing on rotation. About some, I still got Cowboy Carter on rotation. And look, and my jam Bodyguard. Oh, that's my jam. Oh, honey, honey. Oh, let me tell you something. Honey, honey. Won't you let me ride shotgun? Oh. Now, Tina Turner, she throw up in there. I like listening to like 60s and 70s. And I like listening to older music. And if you listen to older music, you can actually hear where Beyonce gets her inspirations from. So if she pulls from, if she is just indulged in music, because you know what, who else can the girl talk to? That's all she do is live and breathe music because she love it. That's her passion. That's her, like she said, that's all she want to do. So if you just got all this good rhythm and music in your head, because that's all that you have been just programmed to be, and just you love, and that's why she can hear opera in a room where it's no noise, and that's why she can do all that, because she's immersed in it, and it's just so wonderful. But I digress. Anyway, so yes, so he said yeah for sure. So then the guy from TMZ, Cotton, he asked, "You guys gonna go up against each other, maybe?" However, the body singer replied, "I just want all peace, man, for us to win. Everybody got to win." He continued, "We got kids to take care of. We got to catch these dubs." Offset also confirmed supporting the WAP Hitmakers' much-awaited upcoming album. He stated for sure that shit hard. She gonna do her big one too. Not from what I heard, because everything that she done put out so far. Now, you know what? Who I am excited about? Doja Cat. I done listened to her song Jealous. I done listened to that on, I think, at least 11 or 12 times. I like the song. And so she had like a surprise listening, and like if you were there, then you got to listen to like 3 records or 4 records on like a vintage phone. I have a vintage phone. It's like a headphone, and then you connect it to your phone, and then that way you can put, like the receiver to your ear and your mouth, and be talking like the old school when you had the phone on the hook in the kitchen or something, with the long cord, and then you'll be in the other room, and the phone be all the way up in there, and you all the way around the house. Car long as hell, car like 85. You remember the car used to be like 150 feet? That's so you can walk all around the house. Boy, I tell you, them were the good old days too. Anyway, let's see. What else did he say? The musician said that he is ready to move on from the relationship. Sir, you been moved on from the relationship. You wasn't never really in a relationship, okay? Man said he cheated over 50 times. Something like that. Something he put out there, like if there was a big brag. Like, okay, so you mean to tell me though you dogged her out over 50 times and she finally had enough? Oh, okay. Oh. I got you. I guess, I don't know. You know what? I think sometimes, I don't know. I think sometimes I be tripping. Because, I be looking at stuff like, how you mad?
Wait a minute.
You get what I'm saying? Like, how are you mad? I don't even understand because I think a lot of times people be having a game.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
You get what I'm saying? Be having a game all kinds of effed up. Because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all. Okay. So we over Cardi B and Offset and whatever they will want, whatever they doing. I don't know. Hell. Now let's get to this goddamn girl over here in Britain, baby. Let me tell you something. You don't be going around. Like I said, I've traveled. And I don't know if I touched on this already or not. But let me see here. No. Yeah, I'm going to touch on it. So we're going to talk about the British girl because I just find this to be quite interesting. And if I already touched on this, I'm touching on it again because I find it quite interesting.
A British woman detained in Dubai was given life in prison after she was caught with 50 grams of cocaine. Her mum has revealed. Mia
50!
O'Brien from Hoyton, Merseyside, was handed a 25-year prison sentence after
25 years. 2 grams a year. 2 grams a year. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I couldn't.
After she was found with the drugs, which have a street value in the UK of £2,500.
£2,500. That's what equivalent to like about less than $3,400.
Her family issued a plea for help, saying she had never done a bad thing in her life
That they know of.
and had made a very stupid mistake.
Like I said, that they know of.
But now her heartbroken mum, Danielle McKenna, 46, has revealed new details about her jail term. She revealed that Mia was caught with 50 grams of the Class A drug in the Middle East last October. The Liverpool University law student was convicted by a judge.
Cute girl. But you know, over there, the way they view women, the way we view women are totally different. And I don't mean that in a bad way, a good way, or any kind of way, but they have a different respect for their women. They like their women to be clothed. You know, it's a type of woman that they hire for these porta parties. You know what I mean? They're not having their women. And I worked with, let me tell you something. I had a life, baby. I've lived, okay? I have lived. And I will say that they're not doing that with their women, right? They're having these types of, I'm not saying they treat their women like, all I'm saying is it's the type of woman that they look for these parties. So if you fit that type of look, then you getting caught with drugs in their country. All those men don't do those parties. You get what I'm saying? Like all people aren't bad people. Every white person isn't KKK. Every black person isn't. We don't have racist groups, I don't think. But you get what I'm saying. All Jews aren't Zionists.
In a one-day hearing in July, Mia was also fined £100,000 by the court.
£100,000 and she got 25 years. How am I gonna pay this?
Before being sent to the hellish Dubai Central Prison, also known as Al Awir.
Oh, now I heard about Al Awir. Now I heard that that they up in there, they doing whatever they want. I'm talking about they up in that motherfucker just getting it in.
The notorious lockup has been dubbed the Dubai's version of infamous jail Alcatraz. Danielle told the Daily Mail, Mia feels she has destroyed her life as she wanted to be a lawyer.
She feels? Or has?
Or solicitor. I speak to her, but she can't say too much on the phone. She's just made a stupid mistake after going over to see a friend and her boyfriend in Dubai. The mother of 5 said Mia pleaded not guilty to intent to supply the drugs, But the judge swiftly ended the trial and handed her a life sentence, of which she has to serve 25 years. Danielle said, "The trial was all in Arabic."
Now this girl over in Dubai bringing drugs. Now I don't get I don't understand this, and maybe if you do know, please put it in the chat. But did she bring the drugs, or was she just there and she got it from somebody? And because if she brought the drugs, then it's not a stupid mistake, because you knew full well that you wasn't supposed to bring that in, because you probably hid it, taped it up real good, or you did something. Because I know damn well you ain't just have it in your pocket. And I wonder how they caught up. I'm gonna look a little further and let y'all.
And Mia was told of the sentence later by her lawyer. She is absolutely devastated by what has happened. Mia is being really strong, but I know she is going through a living hell.
I know I would have been devastated too. All I'm hearing is Arabic, 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 Arabic. Then I hear some English. You got life. What? What do you mean I got life? Life for what? You get what I'm saying? I'm cutting up. I'm cutting up. First off, where's my translator at? And what do you mean I got life? Where's the witnesses? Who spoke? Did I do a report of contact? I didn't talk to nobody. Where's the human rights lawyer at? Where's George Clooney's wife at? Amelia, Alma, whatever her name is. Come on over here, girl. This will give you good press. Yeah, everybody want to do something for clout. Okay, now let's go on back over here. These gangsters over here, they cutting up. Now, over there in Nepal, they cutting up. Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but see, this is, whenever you start seeing stuff like this in small countries, just know, it ain't too far, because they tried in a small region first, before they tried on a large scale. So, watch this, y'all, watch this. Now, if you ain't reading that, them people over there in Nepal cutting up, because it's a couple factors, right? And we could do a deep dive into, you know what? I hate when people be talking about deep dive. Look, God damn it. Anyway, so it's a lot going on over there. It's a lot of political uprise, because one, people just tired of the shenanigans, right? People are tired of working, and it just seems like it just get harder and harder. It like, you get what I mean? Like, it could just get harder, and like, soon as you right there, something else happen where it's like, hold on. Like I just said, I'm just gonna try to save $1,000. Soon as you get that $1,050, bam, AC done went out. Now you gotta pay $1,030. You hear what I'm saying? Soon as this, soon as that. The energy, right? So anyway, so the people over there, they cutting up, because they, the country is poor, and not poor in the sense of they don't have no money, because the Nepo babies are on TikTok and Instagram flaunting they, Rolls Royces and knew this and knew that. And the people cutting up. And I saw some comments, people say, oh, people are just jealous because they got money. No. People are upset because they're hungry. People are upset because they don't have any food. People are upset that they are working 12 and 16-hour days at one or two different jobs, and they barely have enough money to afford anything. People don't want to just, life was not meant to just be continuous labor, right? And some people are trying to create a world like that, where it's just continuous labor, right? Everyone should be working except for the top 1%. Everyone else should be working. You get what I'm saying? Some people look and say it's just too many free slaves running around here. No master. But let's continue. Oh, yeah. So I paused it because they set one of the prime minister's wives on, they they threw some gas on them. If you're not looking at your screen, look at your screen because it's just showing what's going on over there. The next screen gonna be with words, but just watch this if you can. But it's just showing them they burning it down over there. It's about
Gen Z protesters, enraged by the repressive actions of the KP Sharma Oli regime, set fire to government buildings, offices of major political parties, and the homes and offices of top political functionaries, including several former prime ministers, on Tuesday. Several ministers and politicians were attacked and injured by protesters who defied a curfew and roamed the streets of Kathmandu and some other cities in Nepal. Protesters, some of whom were
I remember I worked with a guy. He was from Nepal. He's from Kabbalah. I never got a chance to Kerala. We used to talk about a lot of different stuff. This was years ago. Nice guy. Dang, I need to find him.
seen carrying weapons went on the rampage against prominent political figures and buildings and symbols of government. They burnt or vandalized the residences of at least 5 former prime ministers: Oli, Pushp Kamal Dahal Prachand, Madhav Kumar Nepal.
Is it wrong to want your politicians to look out for the best interests of the people? Just a question.
Jhalanath Khanal and Sher Bahadur Dioba. Some of them were roughed up before they could be rescued by the army.
Not roughed up before the army came in there.
Awesome!
Rajya Lakshmi Chitrakar, the wife of former PM Khanal, died after suffering serious burns when their house in Kathmandu was torched. Dioba and his wife Arzu Dioba, who is Nepal's Minister for Foreign Affairs, were assaulted and the former Prime Minister sustained serious injuries. Finance Minister Bishnu Prasad Paudel and Member of Parliament Eknath Dhakal, both of whom are close to Oli, were stripped and paraded. Arzu Dioba's house in western Nepal's Dhangadi and Prachanda's residence.
Boy, when I tell you they setting that thing on fire. So basically, they went through and got to cutting up over there. Some people not playing. They tired of it. They tired of it. Now here goes some more about what's going on over there with the youth.
This was the moment Nepal reached breaking point. Angry protesters in Kathmandu set fire to government buildings, the Supreme Court, and the former Prime Minister's residence. The unrest was initially sparked by a ban on social media, but morphed into something bigger, with at least 19 people killed as police sought to crush the protests. Even the resignation of the Prime Minister failed to quell the anger. From government corruption to a lack of job opportunities, let's take a closer look at what brought us to this point.
Now, mind you, like I said, people are tired. And when you're tired and you keep voting these people in the office and all they do is get your vote and enrich their pockets, I don't know what to tell you.
A lot of people were expressed the sentiment that yes, perhaps this needed to happen.
Pranay Araya is a Nepal-based journalist. He points to how frustrated young people have become with the elderly elites. People aged between 15 to 40 make up nearly 43% of Nepal's population.
Perhaps there needed to be an extreme kind of protest that would change the very face of Nepal. Because unless that happened, the old guard, the old politicians, the old leaders would.
I don't understand why we have older people in those positions because they're past their prime in a sense, right? And I'm saying, like I said, I'm not one to age shame. But sometimes people get too complacent and they forget about what's really going on. You get what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be a career to be a politician, right? You should go in, do what you need to do, and then leave, right? Like, and stop running on the same thing because you shouldn't be running on the same thing for 30 years. Like, that means that nothing changed, right? Like, if I keep running on civil rights, then that means that, I don't know. What do you think?
Find a way to keep holding on to power.
Nepal ranks 107 out of 180 countries in Transparency International's annual corruption index. Before the social media ban was imposed, there had been a growing online anti-corruption movement, with videos highlighting the lifestyles of so-called Nepo babies, the children of politicians.
And see, that's what. See how you might have did the right thing by hiding the greed, but your children, you know, how they say somebody with nothing to help you lose everything you got. And to me, kids ain't nothing but homeless beggars. I love them, but think about it.
एउटै ब्याग त्योभन्दा फुट्दा त्यसको डबल छ यस्तो ल्याभिस लाइफ दिइरहेको छ कि केही न केही त गडबडी होला नि त अनि पुरा त्यो निस्किरहेको छ नि सबै कुराहरू सोसल मिडियामा निस्किन्छ क्या एउटा न एउटा मान्छेले समाउँछ अनि त्यो चिज दुनियाँले देख्छ अनि त्यो दुनियाँले आवाज उठाउँछ त्यो चाहिँ नउठाओस् भनेर सायद सोसल मिडिया बन्द गरेको होला
20 दशकभन्दा बेसी हो करप्सन हामी एभ्री मान्छेको गल्लीमा आज फ्रस्ट्रेसन छ क्या स्ट्रेस छ
He basically saying they done had enough.
मान्छेले एभ्री आफ्नो गल्लीबाट घरबाट यति तनाव लिएर आएको छ 2 दशकभन्दा बेसी भयो र यो चोरहरूले हामीलाई बारम्बार यति दुःख दिएको छ यो त एउटा सानो झिल्को मात्र हो जुन सोशल मिडियाको कुराले गर्दा आयो
A lot of it also boils down to jobs. The World Bank says 82% of Nepal's workforce is in informal employment. More than a fifth of people aged 15 to 24 are unemployed.
That's too many people, and they gotta. And that's the thing. You're able to have, like in the Philippines, the lady who's like, it's like our equivalent to FEMA, and she was over it. She got like 27 luxury cars in the Philippines. You know those are a whole bunch of islands, right? 27 luxury cars. Man, where you going? Where are you going? The people don't have no money. They just had that horrible flood over there. I have a friend who has a friend who moved over there to the Philippines. Luckily, he wasn't affected by the flood. However, it's a lot of people that are affected by the flood, and they don't have any resources because they babies on there with Van Cleef necklaces and bracelets and things.
According to the World Bank, with GDP per capita just $1,447 US. Remittances are crucial for the economy, equaling a third of GDP.
So there was this kind of acknowledgement that, yes, we needed a radical change, but perhaps the cost was a little too high.
With order now restored and soldiers patrolling the streets, it's not clear who will fill the political void. But
this is going to be interesting to see if they listen to the people or if they just put another puppet in charge, because that's really what it is. You can tell when it's a puppet. If the people are doing well, it's not a puppet. That's my opinion. Now, if you feel differently, let me know. When Gaddafi was in charge, his people did well. He was not a puppet. He was he was removed. He was unalive because he was not a puppet. Puppets live.
The Himalayan nation has seen more than a dozen governments since it became a republic in 2008.
The important thing right now is to find a way to come together for Gen Z and this whole movement to come together and decide on a way forward that is acceptable to them, and not allow their movement to be hijacked by opportunists who are just waiting in the shadows.
Yeah, he is correct, because that is what happens. You have the opportunists who wait in the shadows, and then they try to jump on it, and then it's just a whole different new form of corruption. Now, I'm not sure what this is, so let me see what this is if I want. Oh, yeah, this is. So this is what we talked about. So we talked about Meg and how she is suing Adin Ross, and also, I think she came already to academic. But anyway, Jason Lee, not surprised. This evil man. This man done died. Oh, the trailer for Peter Pan. Oh, okay. So I didn't talk about the Peter Pan, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I haven't finished watching it. So I had that on my mind to talk about, but I haven't finished watching it. They go to Cutie. They got the 25 years for the 50 grams. But less than $3,500. Like it ain't even that serious. And then Cardi B and Offset. And I think that is wonderful that he would like to go the amicable way, but I think that that's just he know. I think that him trying to bash her, he knew that wasn't gonna roll over well, especially with a female audience. And we know that you've been doing her wrong, so I think he had to really do a real good self assessment and say, you know what, my album, I already know my album is fire, but if I come out attacking her, then it's not going to be about my album. They're going to just XYZ. So it is in my best interest to just go ahead on and just 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 push it over in front of people. You get what I'm saying? What if they arguing behind the scenes, then that is what it is. But at least have that front in front of us for the kids' sake. Because like you said, at the end of the day, the kids are gonna see this. And that's all this is gonna go away eventually. But them kids gonna be there, and you gonna want to explain to them kids. You're gonna have to explain to them kids why you said this or why you treated mom like that. And you can't say, oh well, cause people, cause then they're gonna look at you like, wait, you you dog my mom out because of people? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you was better than that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I was looking down because for my girls who know, I'm ordering my stuff because I need to get some stuff. Just a few little items. It's under $100. But I need to order my stuff, and I want to make sure that I check out in time because they have time frames. So I just want to make sure that I check out right. But anyway, so that was all that. You know what? I could have just stopped doing that. But anyway, that is all that I have for today. I do want to say that I appreciate you stopping in, and I'll be here tomorrow, same time, 6:30. Mind you, I might get here at 6:35. I don't know. I might stuff another chicken. I don't know. I don't like the pressure. You know what I mean? So I'll be here consistently. Like I said, I want to make sure that I get my time in because I don't want to be playing around with them in this because they really be tracking this stuff, right? They be sending little alerts and stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool, send me my little alerts. Um, yeah, we're gonna do it from 5 to 7 in the morning because I know I'm not gonna get up at no 4 in the morning to open up no damn garage. 'Cause I ain't got time for all that. But I do want to say that I appreciate people coming in and even if it's just coming in, listening, and then leaving and stuff. But yeah, give me a like and a follow and a share. Like I said, I'm gonna be wandering all over. So if I see something that I like, or if I see something that I like, then I will for sure contact you guys by way of going live and showing you guys what I've seen for today. So new episodes tomorrow, all for the next 30 days. And I'm also gonna try to push out my reviews because I've finished watching this new. It's called Love Con. It's on Netflix, and it's something like The Swindler, but it's just different situations, more situations, and it's just crazy. So I'm gonna do my review on that. I think I got like 2 more episodes. So I'm gonna finish on that. Then I'm gonna post that probably tonight or tomorrow morning, probably early in the morning. And then yeah, I am going to be consistent and like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys. Well, you'll hear from me tomorrow. And be blessed, take care. Don't get into listen, if you online and you see something you disagree with, scroll past it. You know what I'm saying? It's the engagement that people want. It's the engagement. But if you literally just scroll past it or friend them, block them, and you ain't got to worry block. Don't engage. All right. So, y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you again for listening. And I hope that you come back tomorrow. Till next time.